Good afternoon. My name is Christy Mitchell. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office. We have asked you all here today to give you an update on the homicide investigation for Wendy Pullins. Today's speaker will be Sheriff Jeremy Breeze, the Mariposa County District Attorney Walter Wall. The other individuals we have standing up behind us are representatives from the California Department of Justice, the Southern Sierra Miwok Nation chairperson, and our Sheriff's Office command staff, and our commander from the local CHP office. Sure.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Breeze. I'm the Sheriff of Mariposa County, and I'm here today to discuss the details regarding the murder of Wendy Pullins. But first, I want to say that I'm very proud of the excellent and hard work by the men and women of the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office and the men and women from all of our allied agencies and partners throughout the state. As horrific and unimaginable as this case details, our law enforcement professionals are true heroes. When we think of service, we think of sacrifice, we think of professionalism. Everybody involved in this case went above and beyond. I can truly say that I am proud to be your sheriff and that I'm proud to stand side by side with the men and women of the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office. Over the last several weeks, we had multiple significant updates on the murder case of Wendy Pullins. Today, I have one final update that I can confidently say that we can finally provide friends, family of Wendy with some closure and hope that they can begin the healing process. On Wednesday, November 29th, detectives with the assistance of search and rescue and cadaver dogs responded to a specific area identified through the investigation. As the team searched this area, Sheriff's Office located evidence and human remains that we believe to be Wendy Pullins. As this case has touched many of our communities, our news media, our social media, I would like to take you through a timeline of this case and this investigation. My office has continued to focus on the transparency and community trust, and I thank you for that. Today, we are able to release additional details on this case. On June 14th, 2022, Wendy came to Mariposa. She told her family that she needed to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, regarding her vehicle. According to her family, Wendy was unable to finish her errand at the DMV and needed to return to the DMV on June 15th of 2022. When Wendy then went to her friend's, Norma Rodriguez's home that's located on allotment land on the Stumpfield Mountain Road area in Mariposa County. Also on this allotment land, living on this allotment land, was Justin Bolton. Wendy contacted her family around 3 a.m. on June 15th, 2022, to let them know that she would be staying in Mariposa. During her stay, Mr. Bolton received information that he believed Wendy may have information or been involved in the death of Mr. Bolton's older brother, James Allen. Mr. Bolton was enraged with what he believed was Wendy's suspected involvement. And then he made a decision to physically assault Wendy. Mr. Bolton continued to beat her until she was deceased. After she was killed, Mr. Bolton wrapped up her deceased body in plastic and put her inside of her red Jeep. At some point during the day, on June 15th, 2022, Mr. Bolton drove to a remote area in a location near Mid Pines in the Sierra National Forest and disposed of Wendy's body down a steep embankment. He then drove the Jeep to a property located on the Southern Sierra Miwok allotment land in Mid Pines, where he left the vehicle. On June 18th, 2022, after receiving no contact and Wendy failing to come to work, Wendy's family reported her missing to the Madera County Sheriff's Office. On June 21st, 2022, the Madera County Sheriff's Office turned the missing case over to us and to our office after verifying that Wendy's last known location was Mariposa County. Working on the initial information of a missing person, our office conducted multiple search and rescue operations in and around Stumpfield Mountain Road area. For those that are not familiar with this area, a large portion of Stumpfield Mountain Road is rough. It's a single lane dirt road and with multiple hazards that could cause those not familiar with the area to become lost or stranded. Cell phone data and pings in the area confirmed our office that Wendy had been on or near Stumpfield Mountain Road in the early morning hours of June 15th, 2022. Over the next several days and weeks, comprehensive searches were done. Those searches included ground searches, drone searches, ATV and OHV, and helicopter. No evidence of Wendy or her vehicle was located. Several residents in the area were interviewed, and no one had seen her since 6 a.m. on June 15th, 2022. As the investigation continued, detectives began a more extensive investigation, conducting interviews and writing search warrants. During this time, a few individuals located the Jeep on the allotment land and began driving it around Mariposa. Those individuals later learned that this Jeep belonged to the missing person, Wendy Pullins. Rather than to call the sheriff's office, those individuals attempted to paint the Jeep green, and then they dumped it. On September 8th, 2022, through investigative leads, our detectives gained information on the location of the Jeep. The Jeep was located in a remote area on Feliciana Mountain Road, also located in Mariposa County. This Jeep had been pushed down a steep embankment to conceal its whereabouts. The sheriff's detectives recovered this Jeep from this location, and the Jeep was then sent to the Department of Justice, DOJ, laboratory in Fresno to be processed for evidence. Throughout the investigation, evidence and information collected kept pointing to Mr. Bolton and his involvement. On September 22nd, detectives, along with the assistance of the California Department of Justice Bureau of Investigations, Special Operations Unit, began to monitor, or what is also referred to wiretapping, social media, cell phones, landlines on several individuals believed to be involved with the disappearance of Wendy. On December 6, 2022, the Department of Justice reported to our office that the blood located inside the Jeep was confirmed and it was a match to Wendy Pullins. Beginning on October 22nd, 2023, detectives intercepted several phone conversations from multiple individuals setting up an escape plan for Mr. Bolton. This plan included collecting money from friends, from family, and providing transportation for Mr. Bolton to leave Mariposa County. On October 25th, 2023, the Sheriff's Office reported via social media that Justin Bolton was wanted for questioning regarding the murder of Wendy. That same day, with assistance, I should say, Mr. Bolton fled Mariposa County to the town of Willits. On October 31st, 2023, with the information gathered, our office prepared a Ramey warrant, and it was issued for the arrest of Mr. Bolton for the charges of murder. On November 13th, 2023, Mr. Bolton was tracked by the Mariposa County Sheriff's detectives and Department of Justice personnel from a residence where he was hiding in Mendocino County, and he was taken into custody with the assistance of the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office and the Mendocino Lake County Regional SWAT Team. Once Mr. Bolton was in law enforcement custody, he was eventually transported back to Mariposa, where he has been charged with the murder of Wendy Pullins. Once Mr. Bolton was in custody, the detectives' focus was to find Wendy. Their investigation led them to a remote area in Mid-Pines, inside the Sierra National Forest. Multiple cursory searches were done on several different occasions. And on Wednesday, November 29th, detectives, along with search and rescue teams, cadaver dogs, located evidence and the human remains in this specific area. Over the course of this investigation, our office has attributed approximately 5,000 regular hours, approximately 1,400 overtime hours, and they have authored and conducted over 100 search warrants. While this case has been long, our team's focus never wavered, and that was to find Wendy and arrest those who are involved in her disappearance and eventual murder. I want to thank the following agencies for their assistance and support during this case. That would be the California Department of Justice, Bureau of Investigations, Special Operations Unit, the California Department of Justice, the Mariposa County District Attorney's Office, the Madera County Sheriff's Office, Tuolumne County Sheriff's Office, the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office, Petaluma Police Department, Vallejo Police Department, Merced County Sheriff's Office, Merced County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue, the U.S. Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, the California Highway Patrol, California Rescue Dog Association, the California Office of Emergency Services, the Monterey County Sheriff's Search and Rescue, and the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Office. And with that, again, I want to thank you. I want to thank all the law enforcement personnel that went above and beyond to ensure that this case was done professionally. And I couldn't be more proud, like I said, of what we have done, unfortunately, with this incident. But the professionals shined, and the individual that is responsible is in our custody, and he'll be held accountable. So with that, I want to turn the microphone over to our Mariposa County District Attorney, Walter Wall, for any additional.
My statement will be brief. The Mariposa County District Attorney has filed first-degree murder charges against Justin Bolton for the death of Wendy Pullins. We filed it at the time when we had no body. As you just heard from the sheriff, subject to confirmation, we believe we now have a body for the homicide. We will continue to prosecute the case and to present evidence, overwhelming evidence. And we would like to just thank the Sheriff's Office, Department of Justice, California Highway Patrol, all the affiliated agencies who have put in time in this case to do a world-class investigation. An investigation that has led to overwhelming evidence, which we intend to present at the proper time. Thank you.
All right, so that's going to conclude this press conference. I will offer any of our colleagues here, if they want to add anything, they're more than welcome to. Again, I just want to stress the thanks of our agencies, our departments, our personnel that work. I want to thank our community for trusting in us. I want to thank our relationship with our tribal leaders of our community here, that this is a tragic thing, but we came together, we worked together to ensure that it was done complete, done professionally. And I can't thank everybody enough, including the media, the news media, for covering this, our local media, everybody engaged and remaining focused on why we're here. And it was to not only find Wendy, but also ensure that individuals that harmed her will be brought to justice. And that is just truly remarkable how we come together as a community and we stay strong. And again, I just can't be more proud of all the work. So thank you.
Sheriff, can you talk about talking to the family? Did you talk to them? And what did they say to you?
So we have a very, I would say a very direct link to the family. And because this investigation has been over 18 months long, we've had our ups and downs. Our lead detective on this case has maintained that personal connection throughout the entire case. And again, this is not a movie. This is real life. This is real people's families. And we ensured even before this press conference that they were given the information prior to news.
In the area that she was found, can you talk a little bit about that for people in Fresno and everybody that doesn't know the area? What is it like? What is it? I know you might have said a little bit about that. What is it kind of like there?
So the location is rural. The location is in the Sierra National Forest, so it is steep embankments and thick foliage. The area is, an area open to the public. However, we haven't released the exact details because this investigation is still continuing, and we want to make sure all evidence is collected.
Sheriff, do you know when you might have confirmation on the remains you found? How long that will take?
I don't have a specific date, but we are directly involved with our partners at DOJ, and they have all the evidence that we have to get a positive confirmation as soon as possible.
And do you anticipate other arrests in this case? Is it possible?
So they're still working through the evidence. They're still working through the information gathered. There could be potential criminal charges for others that may have assisted.
And you talked about Justin's brother being killed. Was that here in Mariposa County too?
No.
No.
Any other questions?
Wendy's family just, they talked about wanting to bring her home. How important was that to your office to get that done and give them a little closure?
Like I said, as extremely important, taking a case from just a missing persons case and working this case for so long to establish first, the crime that occurred, but the main focus, even after the apprehension of Mr. Bolton, was to find Wendy, was to make sure that we did everything that we could to locate her, and that we could bring that closure and we can bring that to the family. So it was on the top importance. All right, thank you.